Hi and welcome to the Belfry. This is a beautiful 80 on the Brabazon golf course. My name is Chris Ryan, and in this video we're talking about the backswing, and we're going to be addressing the issue of lifting your head in the backswing, which can often cause you to miss-hit those all-important iron shots. Just before we get started, in the corner of the screen you should have the details for my social media platforms, so if you don't already, then please go ahead and follow me on those. So today's video is addressing the fault when the golfer makes their backswing and they lift their head. So they get taller, they lose their posture. Now what that really means is, if we don't recover that in the downswing, we're probably going to struggle to strike the ball. We're probably going to get low shots on the club face. We might even hit some top shots. Or from the top, the golfer has to make an attempt to get back down to the kind of levels that they were at address. And we can do that, but maybe not consistently over 18 holes. So this is really addressing the strike, and hopefully if we can make a better backswing move in terms of the pivot, we can improve the strike, and that is ultimately going to help you lower the scores. So when we see a golfer and their head lifts, what we have to understand is it's not really the head that's lifting, it's the upper body and how that rotates. And if the upper body angles change, the head appears to go up. It's not simply that the head is going up or down. The head is just the way that we see this sort of visually. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk a little bit about what elements are present at the top of the backswing, and understand a little bit how they have to blend and move together in order for you to maintain the same height that you started at. So we're going to assume for this video that you're actually starting in pretty good posture. Now when we're in posture, we have some amount of flex forwards. That's going to depend on the golfer, the club, how tall you are, etc, etc. But most of you out there are going to have some amount of flex forwards. Now, at the top of the golf swing, we don't have that flex forwards. We've replaced that with two things. We've replaced that with rotation, bend to your left. So what do I mean by that? Well, if I just take my setup and I'm going to place the club across my shoulders. So what I'm going to do now is just going to stand up. So as you can see, I've completely lost that flex forward. Now if I rotate to my right through about 90 degrees, from the face on camera you can see how that would be what we'd class as a pretty good turn, about a 90-degree turn. But from the down the line camera, that certainly doesn't look like the top of my backswing. I've certainly got quite a level shoulder angle, and I've certainly gained some height relative to where I would be at setup. So how do we get from here towards where we would like to be at the top of your golf swing? Well, we have to have what we call some side bend to the left. So if I bend over to my left, we suddenly start to get the look of a top of the backswing. So from the down the line camera now, you can see that I've got some good angle in my shoulders. And again, from the face on camera, I've still got that good amount of rotation to my right. Now, if I was to just raise my hands up and put the club in, we'd hopefully agree that that looks something like a good position at the top. So really understanding how we use the body is key to improving how stable you can keep your head. Notice how at setup I am flexed forwards, but at the top of my backswing I no longer have that flex forwards, but I have rotation to my right and I have bend over to my left. So there's three elements there that we have to try and balance, blend and work together in order for us to keep our head nice and stable in the backswing. So, quite simply, if you are the golfer whose head is lifting in the backswing, what that tells me is that you do not have enough bend over towards the golf ball. For a right-handed golfer, that's bend to the left. You can see how I'm bending to my left. That gets my head back down to where it was. So, if you are a golfer whose head is lifting, what that will mean is that you are rotating, you are losing your flex forwards, but you are not replacing that flex with bend to your left. So, what we need to do in order for you to keep your head a little bit stiller is we need to increase the amount that you bend over to your left or over towards the golf ball. So, what we're going to try and get you to do is think about the lead shoulder. I want you to think that as you're rotating your shoulders away, you're feeling that your lead shoulder moves down to point roughly towards the golf ball. It's not going to point exactly at the golf ball, but that would be the feeling. This is going to create a little bit more bend to your left, and that is the element which is going to help you keep your head a little bit stiller. You can see here how from setup through my backswing, my head is staying pretty stable. But if I lose that bend over, we start to get that head lifting up a little bit. So when you do this for the first time, you may well feel as if you've got a limited range of motion. Certainly the more we bend over to our left, it's going to feel like it's a little bit more difficult for you to rotate maybe as much as you were before. So you may well find it's a little bit tighter at the top. You may well find that your arm swing is a little bit shorter. You may well find that the overall length of your swing is a little bit shorter. This probably isn't a bad thing because it's going to give you a little bit more of a compact motion. And if we can keep that head stable, which this little exercise will ensure you do, a nice compact position at the top, a stable head is going to hopefully help you strike those irons a little bit better. We know that there is certainly some head movement in the golf swing. There's a bit of head rotation, that's fine. What we'd like to do is try and limit the amount that the head is moving up and down, and certainly how much it's moving from right to left. This little exercise is certainly going to help you regulate the height that your head is during the backswing and the downswing, and that's, as I say, hopefully going to help you get some better iron shots. Right, let me go ahead and hit one. This is the 18th on the Brabazon, so normally I would be hitting some sort of wood, but I've just got a mid-iron here, so I'm just going to demonstrate hopefully what we've discussed in this video. So I'm going to make sure that when I get to the top of my swing, I have some amount of tip over to my left, which is the element that's going to help me keep my head nice and still. Okay, strike was pretty good, head felt nice and stable, and really if I can do those things I should be able to stabilise the head a little bit more, and that is only going to benefit your striking with your irons. Hopefully that video is going to help you improve that element. If it did, please click the like button, that really does help me. There's a comments box down below, so let me know what you thought of that video or any of the videos you'd like me to film moving forwards. And last thing, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. There is a link down below in the description box which will allow you to do just that. There's loads more videos already on my channel, and there's more being uploaded each week, so just clicking that link means you won't miss any of the new content going out there. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back here again soon.